Hi, how are you? I am over the moon today. It is a monumental day with a lot of firsts. We have the very first Facebook Live for Miss Barb Nielson, which I'm so happy to have today. The first evening Facebook Live and the first Facebook Live in my relaunching of my studio. I am so happy to have you all here today. And I'm so happy to introduce you to Barbara Nielson of the Barbara Nielson Agency. It's an American family agency, and she's located at 1776 West Horizon Ridge, right here in Las Vegas, in Henderson, Nevada. So the Las Vegas Community Connectors and Vegas Voices and Go Knights Go, we are so happy to have you here, Barb. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. I'm so excited to be your first guest, and your studio is amazing. So
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I've known Barb for about 2 years, and I met her networking, and we just grown to be amazing friends. And I wanted her to be my very first guest today, and I'm so blessed to have her here, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. But I wanted to introduce you to Barb. She is a mother of 4 children. Can you believe 4 children? And Barb, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what brought you to Las Vegas, and what is your background?
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Utah, born and raised in Utah, and had the opportunity back in 1994 to come to Las Vegas, and was working for a company that provided social services for people with disabilities, so managing group homes and that sort of thing. So I came here and thought it was a great opportunity for myself and my family, and worked for that company for 20 years. And then I got laid off. So at the end of 2012, I decided I needed to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Las Vegas, and I love Henderson. And I have 4 children. I have a son and 3 daughters, and just wanted to set a great example for my kids that
Awesome.
We can do whatever we set our minds to do. So, originally I wasn't sure I wanted to do insurance because my background had always been in helping people.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that I could set myself apart in the insurance industry by not just selling insurance to people, but listening to their needs and educating them on what was covered and what wasn't covered, and making sure that they had the right protection, and making sure that they had the opportunity to choose what was best for them and their families. So
that's awesome. Barb worked with special needs patients for over 20 years. So her heart certainly lies in the absolutely right place, and she has seen many things dealing with that community, to where she understands that it's important to have these things put in place and all those things. And I have to say, Barb, that my husband and I have been a long member. Well, I personally I was a member of one particular insurance agency, and I'm not here to discredit any agency, because there's many great ones out there. Yeah. But our insurance had went up in January, and my husband was like, maybe it's time to call Barb. So we called Barb, and I ended up saving. I'm still crazy. Can't believe it, but we saved like over $1,000. Well, right at $1,000, I believe is what it is. It's like $400 a year alone in our homeowners, and then like $57, I believe, a month in our car insurance. So what that allowed us to do as a family is, I have just had an amazing little grandbaby, 5 months old, and so she has a policy in place, and my son has a policy in place. So I do encourage you to get your things reviewed. There's a lot of things going on right now with insurance rates going up, and they're about to go up again here in July, I believe. Correct? What is that called?
So the Nevada state liability limits currently are $15,000 bodily injury and $30,000 per occurrence, which is not a lot. And Nevada, there are only 2 states that are that low, Nevada and Arizona, and Nevada is now changing the law, and the minimum liability limits will be $25,000 bodily injury and $50,000 per occurrence.
Wow.
So regardless of who you're with, if you have the minimum, your rates are going to go up. But I would love to, have the opportunity to take a look at what you have and what you're covered for. And sometimes you have too much insurance, and sometimes you don't have enough.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
important.
always a good idea to just take a look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do believe in insurance, and it is important to have. We all should have it. So what is your why, Barb? Why are you doing what you're doing?
And like I said, I did social services, and that was sort of, where my heart was helping people. And when the idea of selling insurance was presented to me, I thought, I don't know, I'm not really a salesperson. I'm not sure if that was me. And then I realized I've been in Las Vegas since 1994, and I consider this my home, and I consider this my community. So how can I help people here in Las Vegas have a better understanding of we're, by law, we have to have auto insurance, but what does that mean? And what do I have?
Sure.
And what should I do? So, I sort of applied my background of social services and listening, and I encourage my customers to come into my office. I'm happy to sit down with you. Let's have coffee, let's have some water, and just talk about what your needs are. And, I feel like that's what I can bring to my customer. We're not an online, although we do have those options for people that just want to quick. But if you want a face-to-face agent and someone that's going to sit down with you and look at your policies, that's me. Come in. I love spending time with my customers.
And that is so true. I was in our office. I go to her office quite often, and we had she had a customer come in, and he was a little bit upset over a matter that happened, but she did an amazing job with him and got him calmed down. He was from another country, so he was a little unsure. He's a senior citizen, so he was, he wanted it his way, and that was the only way. But Barb handled him amazing. And, it is so important to be covered, and it's so important to just check on those little loose ends. As we get older, it is important, and we realize the value in those things. So, I encourage you, especially the younger ones out there, get it now, because especially life insurance, because they save so much money. So I am, what else do you do? Like, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
Well, I have 3 grandkids, so they are the love of my life.
I know, I bet.
2 boys and a little girl, and another baby on the way, another boy. So, I love anything warm and sunny. So swimming, and we went last weekend to Laughlin and had a fun little trip there. And, I just like spending time with friends and family, whether it's a barbecue, going to the park, or just, hanging out with my kids and my grandkids. That's really what I like to do. So.
Yeah, and it's so fitting you say that, because, with the passing of Mrs. Bush last night, one of her very famous quote is, "You will never regret, not getting that one policy," or "You'll never regret, well, there's a lot of regrets that we may have, but the only regret you will not have is by sharing some time with your family." So, American family protects families, and they protect dreams. So we are so happy to have Barb here today. It's been such a monumental moment. And Barb did so amazing for our very first Facebook Live. We're going to be doing a lot more of them. Barb has got a little advantage of something. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of her, and just going over probably monthly tips and tricks. Like right now, it is Driver Awareness Month, I believe. And we have prom, and we have graduations coming. So it is time to have those tough conversations with our teens, tweens, however you want to call them, and just have those, conversations to make sure they're not picking up their phone, because it just takes 1 second and your whole life can change. And just recently, it seems like there's been a lot of life change. It seems like we've had a lot of just misfortunate things happen with vehicles and children. And so it is important to keep everybody covered.
So many things are preventable, It's just a matter of education and prioritizing and using the technology we have available. You can answer phone calls.
But not while you're driving.
Through Bluetooth, there's never a reason that you need to pick up that phone and text or answer that phone call. It can always wait.
Absolutely, absolutely. I had the privilege, I know Barb a little bit better than some of you, and I had the privilege of attending an event with her just recently, and she won Rising Star of the Year. And I was really super proud of her. So it's funny, because we're like at this event, and the screen pops up, and Barb's like, why is Squishy on the screen? Which is her grandson, this is his nickname. And then it was just a great moment. So I do encourage you to reach out to Barbara. Phone number's right here. She's got a great office lady, and you can also reach Barb through me. I can connect you with Barb and get you where you need to go. And I want to so thank all of you who have supported Barb and I and just so many of our amazing friends. We are here as a community to bring people together. And in Las Vegas, we are from a very large, small city, but it's important to be involved in our community by doing community efforts, whatever the case may be. So I do hope that you will join us. And I have a huge announcement to make. I haven't posted this yet. I was waiting. But I have an amazing guest tomorrow. Would you like to tell them who it is, Barb?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be Ann's first guest. I'm very honored for that.
Thank you.
But the amazing Jordan Adler will be Ann's guest tomorrow. He is the #1 seller in send-out cards, and a personal friend of mine and a friend of Ann's, and just a great guy. And he was involved in 11 network marketing companies without signing a single person to his company. So, you're going to learn and hear about some things that he did and how he finally made it. And I think it's an inspiration to all of us to just keep swimming, as Dory says. Just keep swimming.
Keep swimming. Amen. I think I'm going to end it with that, Barb.
Okay.
Just keep swimming. We're all out here. We're all trying to make it and find our way in this world, and as long as it comes from here, it's all good. It's all good. So make it come from here when you sit down with that client or wherever the case may be. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. For those who tuned in tonight, I've had some amazing people reach out to me today and say, "Hey, let me know." So I emailed them right before we went live today, which I think made Barb a little bit nervous, but she did do great. Didn't she do great? So I do hope you reach out to Barb. Barbara Nielson, American Family Agency. Her office is at 1776 West Horizon Ridge, 702-906-1860. And please stay tuned for further interviews. There's 12 on the books. We're going to be doing probably a relaunch party at Barb's office and do a ribbon cutting, because there's a monumental moment that happened with Barb, which we can talk about in another video. And come down, bring the kids, we'll have some balloons, we'll grill some hot dogs, and just have a great time. So thank you, Las Vegas, for tuning in, and I hope that you will share this video and let others know what we're doing. It is about you. It's not about me. It is about you. And how about those Knights, Las Vegas? They are amazing. Sweeps. I should have brought a broom with me today. So go Knights, go. Go Las Vegas. Come on, Raiders. We're waiting, and just show our city's going to shine. Thank you, Las Vegas. Have a great night.